for a good reason, I promise you.
This old porch is just a big old red and white Hereford bull standing under a mesquite tree. High windows of Texas, he just keeps on playing hide and seek with that hot August sun. Well, he's sweating and a pat, 'cause work is never done. Oh yeah, he got them cows and that red hot cane. This old porch is just a steaming greasy plate of enchiladas with lots of cheese and onions and a guacamole salad. You can get a Mathalassa hotel in old downtown with iced tea and a waitress who will smile every time. Oh yes, you will. I left a quarter till on my $10 bill. This old porch is a palace walking on a main street in Texas that ain't never seen, heard the day. GNR Nexus with a 62 poster. It's almost faded down and a screen without a picture. Since John came to town. Oh yeah, I love them junior mints and them red hot too. Yes I do. Oh yeah. And them old movie pictures with Ingrid Bergman and especially Lauren McCall. Well, this here song's called the Front Porch Song. Written by a couple of absolutely brilliant songwriters. One guy was named Lyle Lovett. The other dude's name was Robert Earl King. A couple of Houston boys. And they wrote this song about a porch that was connected to a house, could be found on a street called Church Street in a town called College Station, Texas. Famously across from the place called the Presbyterian Church. Of course, they tore it down, built a parking lot. And not all the big yellow taxis or choruses filled with alliteration could do anything to stop it. Hell, for that matter, they tore the Presbyterian Church down. Built a gigantic high-rise parking lot, so I guess the rich girls from Dallas wouldn't have to get asked out on dates by the riffraff that's in the concrete on the north end of that campus. There is, however, one building that still stands from those days. This on the other side of the house, kind of to the south. Another kind of quasi-religious-like institution in that community known as the Dixie Chicken. And the Dixie Chicken still stands. Although the proprietor of the Dixie Chicken, a man named Don Ganner, he since left us. But while he was still around, I had an opportunity to confirm a story I've heard. I guess all these old beer joints, there's all these kind of stories and legends and myths and things that kind of build up around them. No doubt in the infancy of this place, we've already had several of them, I'm sure. It'll be told forever and the stories will get better. But this particular story goes back in the day, in the 80s, I guess. One Brian Duckworth former fiddle player for Robert Earl Keen, a well-documented best friend from the 3rd grade, was working for Don Gaynor at the Dixie Chicken. And he was made by Don Gaynor to kick Lyle Lovett out of the Chicken. So I found myself one day standing there. There's a group of us, but among this group was one Don Gaynor, one Brian Duckworth. So not being one to pass up on the most trivial of opportunities, I asked them about it. They assured me that it was true. And my buddy Dixon, he says, Gaynor, why'd you kick Lyle Lovett out of the Chicken? You know, Gaynor's he's a big old burly cowboy John Wayne type, and he sort of puts his hands in his pockets, looks down at the floor, and says, because he's always inside plunking on that damn guitar, that's why. We laughed. He said, you know, to this day, these kids still bring their guitars, sit on my back porch, play all night. He said, hell, I decided I'd let them. You never know who gonna turn out to be. His old porch, just a weathered Gearhead, 70 years of Texas, and he's doing all he can not to give in to the city, and he always takes a red lane so long as I run his cattle. Well, he picks me up at dinner time. I listen to him rattle, says the brass still runs muddy like she's run all along. There ain't never been no candy grind. Cotton's all gone, you know that Chevrolet pickup truck. Hell, she was something back in 60. There ain't nobody listen to him. Say all these crazy, so put just a long time waiting and forget, remembering coming back, not crying about the leaving, and remembering falling down the laughter of the curse of luck from all those sons of bitches who said we'd never get back up. Just a big old red, white Hereford bull standing under a mesquite tree. Howling on Dulce, he just keeps on playing hide and seek with that hot August sun. Well, he's sweating and a panting, 'cause work is never done. Oh yeah, you know I've known a whole lot of old bulls in my life, and their work is never done. And thank y'all. How about this band?